Alright, what's up? What's going on, guys? Toasty here, Get Burnt Tim. We'll be talking more about Dragon Ball Xenoverse, and today I'm going to be talking about the Jump Festa trailer that actually released last night. So, the Dragon Ball Xenoverse trailer came out last night, and I tried to record my reaction to it, my initial reaction, and sadly, Namco Bandai won't let me upload it on YouTube without getting claimed for copyright. So, I'm just going to upload my thoughts in a little discussion video afterward. Hell, most of the video for me anyway was just me like waiting and watching while also talking. It really wasn't that incredibly good. So this I think is a little bit more better of an idea for me to actually do. Alright, so I'm just saying I just can't upload the trailer here or else it'll get claimed by Namco Bandai. So you guys are going to actually have to wait and actually, or you could just go into the description and click on the actual link to the trailer, and then you can actually watch it there. And yeah, I'm just going to be having screenshots up while I'm talking about this. Alright, so this trailer was mainly talking about the real plot of Dragon Ball Xenoverse and like what the threat is and what's really happening. So Trunks, or the other Trunks, the Time Patrol Trunks, actually asked Shenron for a hero to help him in this endeavor with Towa and Mira, and he summons our hero. Now, for the movie portion, or the OVA, as you could say, it showed the actual OVA, or part of the OVA. I think that that's just going to be the backstory until everything actually starts happening. So, it's going to probably end with our character actually, like, getting summoned, or at least that's what I think. But who knows, because honestly, if that's not how it goes, I really wonder what they're going to do for the created character in the actual OVA, because really, if there's going to be our character, they're not going to really be able to animate that unless they decide to do that one guy that they had in all those trailers a while ago. I doubt they'll do that though, so I think that they're just going to, this is going to be somewhat of a prequel to what's actually going to be happening in the Dragon Ball Xenoverse story. And I'm not gonna lie, the animation looks really good. It looks a little bit different. I don't know why, but it just looks a little bit different to me. It's not bad, but yes, it looks pretty good. And then we got a peek at all of the villains who are changed by Towa and Mira, as well as some of the heroes who are actually changed by Towa and Mira, including Gohan and Hercule. So I wasn't really expecting them to actually be able to like change anybody. I thought that it was only villains that they would try and take control of, but no, they actually took control of Teen Gohan while he was fighting Cell, and they also took control of Hercule, which I kind of wonder why they did that, but that's something to actually wonder about. But I really want to know what you guys think about that, though. Do you think that they're going to be doing this to everybody? It was also Piccolo that we also saw, who actually got taken over by Towa and Mira, and apparently either he beat them up, or that's like the only thing I can really think about for it, Goten and Trunks, and I would assume that that is in the Buu Saga right after or right before they were fighting Super Buu. So I'm just, that's something that's actually a lot more, very different than I thought they would do. I honestly thought that it was going to be what everybody was saying it was going to be. Everyone was like, oh yeah, dude, it's not going to be anything special. It's just going to be, oh yeah, these guys are more evil now, so your character just helps defeat the villain, and that's it. But it seems like it's actually changing a lot more things about the Dragon Ball Z story. Instead of just changing that one thing of having the villain change, it seems like everybody is going to really be changing. Besides, so far we haven't seen obviously our main character hasn't changed, Goku hasn't changed, and Vegeta. We haven't really seen Vegeta change, but I would assume that they're going to actually do something with Majin Vegeta, so I would assume that's what they're going to do, because, you know, Majin Vegeta, that seems like a really big sort of opportunity for that sort of thing to happen. I also saw Super Buu get taken over, as I said before, and that seems like that actually changes the outcome of his fight with Ultimate Gohan, which I'm really interested to see, because if he actually is able to defeat Ultimate Gohan without, you know, being like absorbing him, then I think that's really interesting. As well as Beerus also being taken over by Towa and Mira, and it seems like Beerus at that point is just going to destroy the Earth, or just tries to destroy the Earth, instead of actually just, you know, not pretending, but he was, even though in the movie he actually was trying to destroy the Earth, he really wasn't going to destroy it in the end, or at least he didn't in the end. But it seems like here they're trying to make it so that he actually destroys the Earth entirely, so that's something interesting. I'm really excited to see everything that they do with this, especially since there actually is going to be a lot more interaction with the actual the heroes as well as the villains with your character. So I'm really interested to see everything else about what they actually put out. And obviously some of the stuff actually still happens, like Krillin still dies and all that stuff, with Frieza becoming more evil with this new aura and stuff with Towa and everything. But honestly, I think that this sort of thing is actually pretty cool. I want to see more stuff about it. The animation of all of the models and everything, it to me looks a lot better, I think it does, since before, I mean, before in the actual Yora the Reclaimer trailer, it showed one little portion of animation, or not animation, but it showed a port where your hero was actually saying hello or waving, and Goku was there as well, and the animation for your hero kind of seemed a little bit off. But now it seems like they've actually sorted out all the animation problems with the cutscenes, and it looks very good in my opinion. And I can't wait to see a lot more stuff about the story. It seems like they're actually going to be going a little bit more all out with this story instead of just changing certain things. Because remember, after you do all the Z stuff, like after you do the Frieza, Cell, and Boo thing, you're still going to have to defeat Towa and Mira, and that's where apparently Demigra comes in, who, even though he was not in this trailer, he is said to be the silhouette of the evil villain that we had seen a very long time ago, and people think his name is Demigra, and he has some sort of affiliation with Towa and Mira. Some people say that he's Towa and Mira's son, some people say that he's Towa's like father or something like that. Like, there are a lot of theories that are going around now about who Demigra actually is, but we really won't see anything about that until more info about the game is announced. But all the voice acting, in my opinion, is really good. I like it. A lot of people were complaining that Frieza was not voiced by the original Frieza voice actor that was in Dragon Ball Z. The thing a lot of you got to understand is that Frieza does not want to do Frieza anymore. They can't literally tell her, oh no, you're doing Frieza. There's no choice. Like, she decides if she wants to do Frieza or not, and apparently she doesn't want to do Frieza, so they needed to use Chris Ayres. That's the entire reason why Chris Ayres was voice of Frieza and Kai, is because the original actor did not want to do Frieza, so they had to get Chris Ayres. So I don't know why people are complaining about that. I honestly have no problem with it. You didn't hear Gohan in this, and I know a lot of people would have probably complained if they heard Gohan, because, you know, a lot of people have been like, oh man, Gohan's not being voiced by the original actor or actress even from the original show. But it's like the voice actors do not want to do it anymore, so they have to get someone else, and it's better to get the Kai voice than to get someone that you don't even know. Having like a voice come out of Gohan that you don't even like recognize would be a lot worse than having the Kai voice, in my opinion. But yes, that is it for this trailer discussion / review. This trailer, in my opinion, it got me very hyped, but it wasn't a hype trailer, if that makes any sense. Like, You Are the Reclaimer, that extended trailer from before, that was a hype trailer. That trailer was mainly used to get you hyped for the game, but this one is mainly showing you all of the story elements and what's happening and all the characters that they're introducing. And that, in my opinion, is really interesting, and I cannot wait to see a lot more stuff. The animation looks good, all of the voice acting is good, in my opinion. I think that the thing with Majin Buu, because, like, apparently Fat, Super, and Kid Buu are all being taken over by Towa and Mira, so that's something that's pretty interesting, and I can't wait to see more stuff about that. Also, the actual story with Beerus is actually going to be intervened with our created character as well, and not just Goku, which I honestly thought that it wasn't going to actually include our created character. I thought it was actually going to only be like Super Saiyan God Goku and Beerus, but it was just going to be a different sort of thing where it was like a different sort of timeline or a different sort of event that happened, but it actually is going to be involving our created character, so that's something to be happy about. So yeah, that's all I gotta say for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. It was a pretty long-winded one, kind of, and if you guys were able to stick to the entire thing, thank you guys so much. I will see you guys later with more Dragon Ball Xenoverse and Naruto. If you don't know me, my name is Toasty. I upload a bunch of Naruto and Dragon Ball Z stuff, mainly stuff centered around Dragon Ball Xenoverse and Storm 4, which are both releasing next year. So if you guys like that sort of content, then make sure you subscribe to become a Super Saiyan. And that is all I have to say for today, guys. Thank you guys so much. I will see you guys later. Let's try and get this video to 200 likes. That would be amazing. And yes, that's all I gotta say for today, guys. I will see you guys later with more Dragon Ball Xenoverse and Naruto, and peace out.